And here we are, live.
Again.
Well,
definitely live.
We're live, we're live right now. But then to the people watching later, we're actually not live. We're a replay. So hello to the replay viewers.
Welcome to the replay. This is going to be an amazing show. We have a friend who's going to join us. Hello, David.
Hello, Stephen. What's your temperature?
98.4. Sorry, you mean outside?
I didn't mean you personally.
Got you. Last night was 6 degrees.
Yeah. We were 14 this morning. I'm 17 right now. We're going to get up to about 20, but we're right there in the middle of the. Is it going to be warm? Is it going to be cold? Do I need to bring my jacket with me, or can I leave it at home? You know,
Will it rain? Will it not rain?
Yeah,
those are the questions we ask ourselves. Now it's autumn.
Yeah,
officially.
It's a nice part. Where I live, it's like we really do have 4 seasons, and they all change, and we get each one for about 3 months.
Yeah.
So it works out pretty good. Wow, look at her. You can't see this. The lobby's blowing up right now.
Okay.
We got Carinder in there, and Mr. Kick-Assery Dale has showed up in there.
Brilliant.
So, but let's get Carinder on there. And Dale, you stand by. I've got to have another spot here for some pictures for Carinder. Hey, Carinder, how you doing?
All right. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. You've had an adventure.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us where you've been?
So, basically, people know what IBC is.
No, we don't. Nobody knows what IBC is. David and I just had to look it up.
Yeah.
So if you could explain a little bit about what it is.
So IBC is like International Broadcast Conference. So basically, it's like the conference, like from the like broadcast, only for broadcasters. So, like for myself, you, David, Jeff, Money, we're all broadcasters. So we can actually go to the event, like for broadcasters, and hear what event, like what days they are, like what done. So it's just like a conference.
Yeah.
Now, so the IBC, the International Broadcasting, or International Broadcasting Conference. Yeah, I got the website up there. We'll show everybody what it's all about.
It's really, really good.
So you went by yourself?
No, I went with a group.
Okay, all right. So there were some. I've got the website up there. Like we had. There were some pretty.
Yeah.
Pretty big names around there, right?
Yeah, is.
I thought I had it, but I messed up.
It's basically like NAB, like National Broadcasting.
Right.
Lincoln.
So did you learn did you see anything new there? Like anything that you went, oh wow, that's really cool? Oh, did we lose him?
I think we did. Yeah, I think we've lost.
Yeah, I know his internet is up and down, right? This is. But let's take a look at. Let's see if he comes back. We got some pictures here. I guess it's hard. We don't really know, but it looks like it would have been really interesting. I mean, those conferences are always interesting and fun to be a part of, right?
Well, to find out what new things are gonna happen down the line. I mean, Carinder was saying. Just let me find my conversation with Carinder, if I can. He was saying that he found. There we are. Let's go. I'll go back a bit. Okay. Okay. Yeah. He loved just going around the show. Basically. And yeah. Yeah, we'll have to wait until the returns to.
He's in the lobby. He's just organizing himself here. I think he's ready here again. We'll come back.
Because generally, sorry,
yeah,
there you are.
Yeah, that was weird because me hit me off automatically.
Well, you're back now, and the photographs are showing on screen. So if would you like to talk us through them?
Yeah, so that one is the headset, but it's the wireless headset. So, from the desktop, when you, broadcasting, it's like the headset was very near.
Yeah.
And also, that one, it's not out yet, but it's coming out next year. That one, you have to put it on mobile, tablet, PC, or any device you got.
Okay.
And that is very good. I spoke to the person about that, and he said that it will be $400.
Yeah.
Which is not a what in pound, but it's really good. But it can be out in next year.
Yeah. So that's $400 out next year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alrighty. What do we got here?
This one is the and so that when you find your heart or anywhere, this one you have to enter the enter. So it's really good, and they can see all the stores, everything. It's really good.
Okay.
This one is the Samsung. You, David, I got the Amazon.
Yeah.
The Amazon essay. Right, let me put that there.
Okay.
Right, I'm back. So,
Okay, yeah.
the Amazon, which
the Echo. Yeah.
the Echo,
Oh yeah.
you can actually, this door is you can start it from the back. You can actually start it from the back without using your wire to plug it in.
Yeah.
And you can, help me a timer so that you want to how long what paint, how long you want to be done. And this, you can actually do it on your laptop too. So that is great. You can put it on your laptop.
Yeah. So it's a little more flexible.
Yeah. And that is from that, yeah. And that is $299.
Right. There's something just obstructing your picture, Carinder, on your left. Is your arm? Right, okay.
My arm, yeah.
Right. Okay,
yeah.
And what was at the produce stand? Can you remember?
Produce stand was the hammer. The hammer was great. You got the whole, the whole unit, which is the stand. That was great. And also, in the boxes, they have the best equipment, they have the microphone, camera, and they have a whole unit. And I was speaking to one of the guys, and they said that it's only out in America, but soon they'll be out in the UK.
Okay. Thanks. Well, we're just, Carinder, we'll come back to you in a minute. Stay with us. Carinder's joined us here today talking about the International Broadcasting Conference, and we've got some people out watching we want to acknowledge. My wife's become a regular here.
I know.
Wow. She's on her lunch break. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi, Jennifer.
And Jason's out there watching us as well. That's great. Nice to see you. And Joseph Kamaguri. I hope I said that right. So, Joseph, if you're trying to be a guest, just type the word guest. No periods, no nothing else. Just the word guest in the comments. In the comments below, and you'll get sent a link. If that doesn't work, it will work. But now that I said that, it probably won't.
Carinder's here, so it must work.
Carinder's here, so must work. So just type the word guest in the comments below. And for those of you who might be watching, we're like simulcast in like 7 different parts of the world. Above the horns, right there, that's where you can get the link to join us, so we can see your comments. And I always say my horns are bigger than Steven's.
Yes. Well, I'm not going to dispute that. Right.
Well, Carinder, that's pretty exciting that you went to the show. Now, I was asking Steven before you came on, like trying to kind of get a perspective of. So Amsterdam's in the Netherlands. So you took a ferry over there?
No.
Oh, you flew. Okay.
Yeah.
Or Heathrow to Amsterdam?
Yeah. No,
Nice.
Heathrow to Amsterdam.
Right. So how long would that take?
Well, Heathrow to Healey, Healey to Amsterdam, it was done now.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So it's sorry, David.
Yeah, no, go ahead. I was just going to say, so what do we got here?
Right.
This one is the Acorn. The Acorn was got so many, like this one was the North Pole. Now the North Pole, there were 2 poles. There was South Pole, there was North Pole. So this one was the North Pole. And this one was Belgium, he got the charger. So if your hammer run out or anything that probably not run out, you have an automatically charge. That's his fault. Well, I don't like him, but that's his fault. Like, and you can charge it automatically.
Right. Okay. I think this is the last one.
This one was the now. I'm gonna be like that. I'm gonna show you what this is.
Okay.
Right.
We're gonna get a live demonstration.
We are. And while we're waiting for Carinder, we're in exciting times because we know that there's a competition going on at the moment. The Be Live Awards.
Oh, yes. I did see that. And well, I knew about it, and then I saw it again today. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
So we'll get to that.
Yeah.
Now, this was the company of, Now, this is really good. The first time, I think now did it too, which is a
virtual reality?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay, yeah.
So, like, if you want to, like, if I'm watching you, I have watched it on the virtual reality.
Yeah.
So, mobile, laptop. They also make you one for laptop and mobile. This way for mobile and iPad. I think. No, just for mobile. Yeah, and you start reading it just like, you open it like that.
Yeah.
And you got like 2, I don't know if we can see it. But
Yeah, we can see it. Yeah, we've got the 2 lenses,
Yeah. So when you put your mobile inside, and then you close it, and then you put it onto your head, it's really good.
Yeah, that's cool. So that's like some virtual reality. You put your phone in there.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. My son has one of those. Jason has one.
But they won't be making one, all thinking like, and they said they won't be making one more next year for the iPad.
All right. Okay.
Brilliant. Well, it sounds like you had a good trip over there and learned some things. And thanks for coming on and sharing your experience there.
But the 9th year, the start of the 9th year was great because, like, the company of the 9th year, they were filming everyone, like, Film It, Warehouse, like, every sort of the show, they were filming.
Brilliant.
And that's a new England. You can film it, right?
Sorry, say again. I'm what?
No, England. You need to film it.
vMix, yeah. We use vMix.
Yeah.
There is, now, I was on that, there is an app sometimes don't use your keyboard. There is an app on your Android or iOS that you can, if you want to name it, you can like control it on your phone.
Right.
So a production app.
Yeah.
Okay, Carinder, thanks for joining us, and look forward to seeing you again later in the week.
Yeah, appreciate that, Carinder. Thanks for sharing the pictures.
Right. Okay.
Well,
that was
good. Yeah, it's interesting. He's. I'm kind of jealous. He got to go.
I know.
Those are always fun, right?
Yeah. Shows are good, and it's always good to know what's coming down the pipeline towards us. So thank you to Carinder for that. And you said, for sure. You said other people were waiting in our lobby.
Yeah. Mr. Kickassery, Dale Maxwell. I call him Mr. Kickassery, but Dale Maxwell from Kickassery Head. How you doing?
Worse.
I call him Dale.
Probably better.
Hey guys, how you been?
We're good. Now you are coming back. Your show is coming back. Is that true, or is it just a rumor?
True. It's true. You know, I started it as a rumor, and then I followed it up and said it's true.
It's good.
So,
well, it's good because you just kind of disappeared. Well, I think you and I talked before, and we kind of knew that you were going to be doing that because you were going to be moving around a bit and stuff. But is that right?
Yeah. This summer turned wacky on me. I've been gone more this summer than I've been home. So between jobs taking me on the road, taking care of family stuff, we're trying to sell our house up in Maryland. So I've been up doing a lot of work on that. So this is the longest I've been home all summer, and it's only been like 2.5 weeks. So it didn't make sense. So I had to put all of my stuff on the back burner. And now that things are slowing down, now it's time to get back into it and take it to the next level and take it to the next chapter, man.
Well, timing's everything, man. Yeah. I truly believe that timing. In real estate, they say location, and business timing.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So, and for me, you guys know this better than I do. When you first start something, you've got to get over the butterflies, and you've got to get over the, am I good enoughs? And you got to get over all that stuff. Sup, Carinder. And, I did Kickassery for about 7-8 months. And then, of course, summer happened, and now I'm like, all right, let's take it to the next level. And it's funny because I just put out a challenge to my people today of I need more guests. I need more people to talk about. And for you guys that don't understand what Kickassery is, it's basically I just have conversations with incredible guys like these two guys right here that I've had on the show as well. But I said, now let's reach out to the untouchables. Let's reach out to those people that we would love to have a conversation with that we never thought we could. I don't know if it's going to work. I have no clue. But you know what? Let's put it out there and see what happens.
If you don't try, sorry, David.
No, go ahead, Stephen.
If you don't try, you'll never know.
Amen.
Right, the phrase untouchables means many things in many different places. To you, what does it mean?
What's that now? I'm sorry, last part.
What's your definition of untouchables? Who are you
Well, it's
looking
just
for?
people. It's people that breathe a different atmosphere. The John Maxwells of the world, the Gary V's of the world. The celebrities, those kind of people where it's just like, you know what? We never thought in a million years we could have a conversation with them. Shoot, like you said, we don't know until we try.
That's true, and we can do our first good deed of the day. If you get in touch with Linda, are you in contact with Linda West at all?
No.
Right. Okay. Linda is a friend of David and mine and a member of the 5 Days Live team. And we'll talk about that later. But she and the second person, I will put you in contact after the show because she practices what she preaches. She reaches out to people she couldn't, in the month of Sundays, actually get on a show. And she does it, and she's doorstepped. Well, she's a doorstepper par excellence. She can actually turn up somewhere, and she can interview somebody who's just come off the stage. And we're talking A-listers here. And the other person to get in touch with is Reverend Blair Glover, who published a book about 3 weeks ago, and she has done NBC, ABC. She's been broadcasting for longer than we have, far longer than any of us have, about 20 years. She's got her own radio network, which has been going for quite a while, and she's a good person to know. And she is, if you get her on your show, that would be a hell of a show, wouldn't it, David?
There'd be a lot of energy in the room, I'll tell you that right now. She reached out to me not too long ago, and this could kind of tie into your point. So you know, Dale, you're talking about reaching out to people that you're calling an untouchable, and I get what you mean by that. But as you grow through this whole live streaming thing, as you build your brand and you build your audience, like I say, Raven has reached out to me. Just put it out there. I put out a link in the Be Livers group that said, "Hey, who wants to be on my show?" And she filled out a form. It's about a week or so ago, right? And I'm like, "Oh, wow." She's reaching out to me. Now I put the link out there, but you never know who you're going to get when you throw the line in the pond, right? But if you don't put it out there, it's a guaranteed no.
Amen.
You know,
absolutely.
I mean, you got to start somewhere and reach out to those people. I mean, I've seen Robert Stern, you know, interviewed the former voice of Siri, you know, right? And I remember having her on my list. She followed me on Twitter, and I was like, "Oh, I got to get around to that," and I never did. Next thing you know, here she.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So go for it. I think the results will surprise you.
Well, I can tell you right now, brother, it's just even this last year when I was doing this, I didn't throw that big of a line out there because for whatever reason, but I threw out there, I'm like, "Hey, I'm looking for these people." And just in my little tiny world, people are like, "Oh, you need to meet this person. You need to meet this person." And it was like, "Oh, this is, I mean, goosebump time, you know?" And it's awesome. And I've said this, guys, and I say this, I don't like your legs that much, so I don't blow air up your skirt. I'm telling you, is that you guys are incredible because you preach what you walk what you talk, and you do what you say you're going to do, and you give guys like myself an opportunity to get more FaceTime and have conversations. This isn't, you know, I learn a lot from you guys, and I truly, truly appreciate you guys. I really do.
Well, thanks for that. And Stephen, that we could almost take that to lead into, speaking of awesome, something that the Be Livers has got going on right now. Do you want to take that on?
Yes, sure. On October 15th, incredibly, Be Live will celebrate its birthday. And they have announced the Be Live Birthday Awards show on October 15th. And you can actually vote now. And I'll just go through the voting process. You go to the link that David's probably posting around about now. And voting is open until October 5th. You enter your email address and first and last name, which Be Live already knows, so there's no problem there. And then you can vote for your best solo show. So that's anybody. 3 nominations already there. You can add a nomination. Best interview show. Best talk show. Now, I've got it at this point. I'll come back to the camera at the moment so I can actually see and look at the camera. Be Live employees, Be Live subcontractors, Be Live as moderators, Be Live as admins cannot be nominated or take part. So,
and that'll clear up. I'm glad you said that because Carinder was giving us a nice compliment. He said he wanted to nominate you and I for a Be Live award, but we'll take your award, Carinder. But unfortunately, because we're moderators involved with Be Live, we can't be nominated. But thanks for the compliment.
No, we're good with it. What we want to do is find new people. And when you go through the list here of people who've actually been put on the list, I haven't heard of about 80% of them, which just shows that we are the tip of the iceberg because there are thousands of shows out there we just haven't come across yet. So one of the takeaways from this exercise is to find new shows to watch. So best talk show, best sports show, best health show, And then best personal development, best creative show, best lifestyle show, best business show, best technology show, and others. But then we come on to best female host. And to give a shout out to Karen Glasser, our good friend, who's been nominated as best female host. And lo and behold, best male host, we must make mention of the one and only, our friend, Mr. Fonz Chamberlain.
Oh, yes.
Not we're saying vote for Fonz or vote for Karen, vote for who you like, but just if we could vote, we would vote.
Boy, you're smooth, Stephen. I think it's fantastic that BeLive's doing this because for a couple of reasons. I mean, people love to be recognized. I don't care who you are, and you'll never break anybody's shoulder by giving them too much of this. But I think, and Stephen, you already made the point there. What I'm noticing there is exactly what you said. There's all kinds of shows. I'm like, who the heck is that? Who is that? And not to be insulting, I'm just like, so it goes to show that, I mean, there's a big circle out there. And yes, Stephen, you and I are around that, but there's other circles going on that we haven't even, you and I haven't bumped into yet, as active as we are, right? So
that's true.
I think that's another good thing of the awards is that recognition in front of people that have never heard of you.
That's true. And just you can also vote for your community hero for Belivers, and three names we do know rather well: Alfredo Tigolo, Dale Garza, and Eddie Garrison.
Yeah.
So it'd be good if it'd be good if all three of them got an award, really, for the work that they actually put in.
Yeah. You know, it's funny. Go ahead, Dale.
No, I was just going to ask a question. Is there more categories this time around than last?
This is the first ever.
Well, what was it that you won that we were voting for you earlier in the year?
Right. That was that was sponsored by PTZ Optics, and that was a global thing.
Got it.
It wasn't tied into any particular broadcasting software.
Got it. Okay, so that was a different thing. Got it. Okay.
A different thing. Yep. We're good. Yep. This is purely and simply BeLive, the best of BeLive. And yes. Well,
yeah, it's exciting times, you know, right? I mean, that's especially even going back to the PTZ Optics Awards, you know, the live streaming awards, it's global, right? Yeah. And you know, the Oscars and the Grammys started somewhere.
Oh yeah.
And they had their first one. You go back and think about that and what that was like. Where are we going to be? Well, I don't want to go too far ahead, Stephen.
Thank you. That's kind. Very kind of you, sir.
But, you know, 10 years from now.
Yeah.
But I will say it, 20 years from now, 50 years from now. Like, you know, my son going through the college program right now. And where's that going to be? I mean, that's unbelievable, the direction that this can take.
And that's a nice thing to be able to say congratulations, David.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to explain why I said congratulations?
I have to tell you, I'm really overwhelmed by the congratulations, which is amazing. I mean, you know, I posted that picture on Facebook to make it official, which has been driving me crazy to hold on to it. Stephen, you might have been one of 4 in the entire planet that I let it slip out to, but it's completely official. Yes, I'll be teaching live streaming production at our local college as part of the esports and entrepreneurship program. And this has honestly really been something that's been in the works for like over a year.
Right.
Like it's just been a lot of conversations and a lot of different things, but so I'm just teaching a portion of it. I'm not teaching the whole program, but that live stream broadcasting portion of it, I'm actually designing that right now. And then come January, I'll be teaching it. So it's really interesting for me too, because I'm learning already, because I have to learn this college language, right, on how to do a course outline and how they want it done, and it has to be approved by Ontario. And I've been getting phone calls from people who want to interview me about it, like the local media and stuff. And it's like, wow, it's really been a ride, because first in Canada, not just Ontario,
Right.
first in all of Canada.
Excellent.
So I'm probably going to use that on my resume.
I think you should. I think you should.
And so now we need to say, yes, Professor Burrows. We got it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I have the letters that go past my name. It's just part time, so. But
I don't care. I'm going to call you that anyway.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, it might catch on, Dale.
There you go. Yes, Professor. Yes, sir.
There's a new show, Professor David.
Yeah.
Professor Burrows. I don't know.
There you go.
That's really exciting, and I get to teach my son. And him and I were talking last night. Some kids might not want their mom or dad to teach them or be their teacher or work with them, that just because it's mom and dad.
Yeah.
And we were having a conversation about it last night. And I said, yeah, I'm going to be teaching you. And he goes, so? He goes, he said, you teach me stuff all the time, Dad. He goes, in and out of the classroom. And I was just like, I just had a moment. I thought that was pretty cool. So, but it also, but thanks for the congratulations, guys. It does mean a lot to me. But just to kind of lead into the next part of that, though, it really states where this is going, because for a college to step forward and say, a couple of years ago, creating the esports and then recognizing all those pieces of it to put it into a program. It's exciting times in the live streaming world.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Totally. Which brings us to Caster.io. Not had a word from them. You, David?
Not since our real conversation that we had. No. And honestly, I haven't even been back on. I was like, I got to get back. I've been crazy busy, but I haven't. You haven't heard anything either then?
No, not yet. No, and say hello to Angel and to Aaron.
Where are you seeing that?
Not doing well. Right. Okay. Which brings me neatly on to Lightstream. Thank you for putting a word in, David.
Oh, what do you mean?
Sorry, I've flummoxed you. I got to. Were you speaking to Noah?
Oh yeah, I did a little while back. Yeah, and then I did mention you. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay.
I forgot about that.
I had a chat with him. Memory.
You talking about the good stuff or the other stuff?
The good stuff. No, they're basically the Lightstream story is simple and straightforward. They were doing very well, and Dave and I were enjoying broadcasting there, not every day, but occasionally. And the software was stable and all was good. And then Microsoft came and said, "We quite like your gaming software. Could we have it on the Xbox, please?" And that's what screwed it for David and I for 6 months, because they've been busy working for a company called Microsoft. And, I mean, their service, which David and I sort of had to ourselves, basically, have got millions of users now. So they've got that stable. That's now stable. So they're coming back to Lightstream again. So
you're talking about the Mixer, right? Which is Microsoft.
They got Xbox.
Yeah, and they also Mixer, which is
that's it. Yeah,
which is
right.
like it's another Twitch, basically.
Yeah,
that's what they're looking for. So that's Microsoft owns that, and I think Microsoft they probably own me somehow. They're just not paying me. They own everything, so they bought that up. So they've been working hard at that. But I did have a nice conversation, probably a couple weeks now, a long video conversation with Noah, and then actually I got to get back to him today, because I was supposed to get back to him yesterday. He wants to follow up and have more conversation. So
good.
It was really exciting when I did talk to him, because it was like live streamer at Christmas time. He said, "What features would you like to see?"
So
Whoa.
Yeah. Always good. When we know that Be Live listen to what people say and then they incorporate it into their roadmap and do it
absolutely.
at their own speed. But for a broadcast software house to actually say, well, what would you like us to do?
Yeah, like one-on-one.
Oh yeah.
It's like, wow, geez. The first thing I said to him was, geez, I don't know. And he's like, what? And I'm like, well, I wasn't prepared for that. Because I have like 20 million and I've talked to people. Anyway, it was a good conversation. We'll see what happens. But, it comes back to Dale, you talk about reaching out and doing stuff. Timing's everything. I mean, these guys, they started out focusing on the gaming world, and then they recognized, there's another part of that world in live streaming, but their main focus, I would say, still is gaming.
Oh yeah.
But they're also recognizing like what we're doing in the talk show format and see that as an opportunity. But when Microsoft comes along and says, we'd like to talk to you, you've got to at least sit down and listen to what they have to say. So now they're back focused. So timing again, right?
Yeah.
You never know what's going to pop up.
That's true. I mean, the beauty about live stream is you can go out to Twitch, Periscope, YouTube, anywhere that's got an RTMP service, so you can stream anywhere, and that makes it more powerful because at the moment we're actually in Facebook. There must be more to life than Facebook, but at the moment,
no. Let's talk about Caster real quick again, because Carinder was asking, what is Caster?
Right.
And I've got it up there on the screen. Go ahead, Stephen.
Okay, castr.io. You need to drop the E, Carinder, and you'll find it. It's right. Okay, basically it's a service. There's a free version of it, and it allows you to stream to several different places at the same time. So, for argument's sake, if you're on vMix or OBS and you want to go out to YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, and others all at the same time, you can do it. You send your signal to Caster, and they then send it out to the 4 destinations that you've chosen. You've got 35 destinations to choose from. You can choose 4 or up to 10. And basically, you start broadcast on vMix. It goes off to caster.io, and then seamlessly, without you doing anything at all, once you've set the route up, it goes out and it broadcasts. Now, the thing that brought it to both my attention and David's is the quality. When you're broadcasting to more than one distribution site at the same time, then the quality can vary. The quality with Caster has been consistently good with low latency, so no time lag between, little time lag, and it just simply works out of the box.
Yeah, and yes, Carinder, it's like Restream. I use Restream right now, but I've started using Caster. There's a couple of things they're still working on Caster. Well, and I guess I can share that conversation was, so when I went with Caster to go live to Periscope or Twitter, I don't know what do you call it anymore?
Periscope.
Sure. You have to go to an actual website and click a go live button.
Yeah.
Before it goes live to that. Did I explain that right?
That's right. You've got to go to Periscope Producer, and
right.
They check for errors because they won't let you broadcast if you're not within their parameters, and then you press start play. But there's a second reason for going there. If you're going out to Periscope, then you're actually looking for engagement, interaction. So you can go to Periscope Producer because you're already there, and you can go to the page that you're broadcasting from, and you can see who's joining and watching. And you can have a conversation with the people who are watching there. Right.
The difference there, though, is, and that's a good point, with Restream, when I go and set up my Periscope and my YouTube or whatever, they automatically go live. They just go live because they're using an API, whereas they're not using the API yet. So that is coming, and you will be able to do that. And I like what you're saying about, well, you can go and see who's it. For me, like when I do the Sting games, it has no bearing to me. I just need to go live on all of them.
Yeah.
Don't really get a chance to don't really, this is something I've got to work on too, because I want to go live to everything, but then at the same time I'm going, well, maybe I'll just use Be Live, but then I'm using an iPad for multiple cameras. So like if I could take them all and put them together, I don't get a lot of chance for engagement when we're broadcasting from a Sting game.
Yeah, Dale.
And so you hear a lot of social media gurus. You hear a lot of marketing gurus. It seems like there's two sides of this coin. Is that half of the people, or a big chunk of people, are like, oh, multi-screen, get it out there to as many people as you want. And then you have the big interactive people that are like, no, because your Facebook audience is different than your YouTube audience. It's different from your Twitter audience. It's different from your Instagram audience. So my question to you guys, because you have way more experience than I do, is how do you choose what content to multi-stream versus what you need to be like right now? We are specifically on Facebook, interacting Facebook style, blah, 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 blah. So how do you guys manage that or balance that?
Basically, I don't go, only from experimenting do I go to several places at once, because I'm doing it for a different purpose than David. David will explain how he uses it. But I go out to Periscope, and I will have Periscope Producer open, and I'll interact with people who are actually watching there. I primarily use that side of it to promote what we're doing on Facebook. So it's to have a chat with people out on Twitter, and I'm out on Periscope because nobody else is. I mean, if you want to go on video at the moment, Periscope is one of the best places to see. I've proved over the last 2 weeks that a Periscope video going live on there has about 4 or 5 times the pulling power of sending out a tweet. Yeah, so it's given far greater reach, and it gets greater interaction as well. And whilst the video views are not as good as on Facebook, they are increasing. But David has a different use case, don't you?
Yeah, well, and I agree with what you're saying. We've got, before I do that, we've got Angel in London, Ontario, which is only like 45 minutes from me. Hello, Angel. I'm in Sarnia. Thanks for joining. What we're talking about Caster, which is a rebroadcasting platform. So you can send out one RTMP signal and go out to multiple platforms. So to answer Steven's question, Dale, or I guess your question more is, for me, it's a little more complicated because I'm doing so many different types of things. So, for example, when I'm doing my talk show here today with Steven, I don't think it would necessarily be a bad thing for us to go out to multiple platforms because we're talking about so many types of different things. But then it also comes down to your individual brand. Steven and I are similar in a lot of ways, but we're also very different in many ways. So doing a talk show to go out to multiple, because I am very active on Facebook. I have my largest following here. YouTube, I like to go there because I do have subscribers, so they get an email notification, but I don't really get a lot of views there. But it's there because for me, YouTube is a storage unit, honestly.
Absolutely.
And then Twitter, I have, I don't know, 1,600 followers. So I have a large audience there, very local, but also very international. So those two combine well. And now I'm on Twitch, which I'm very active on. And I stopped going live there for a while as far as doing this or the hockey games or whatever. But I've gone back to that, and I'm starting to get a little more reaction. But it's going to take time to build there. Now, when I game on there, I get lots of attention. So depending on what you're broadcasting, I guess, is part of it. Because you're absolutely right. They all have different audiences. Hockey, though, everybody loves hockey. Even if you don't like hockey, you're it's just a thing that's around. So each of my social platforms that I'm active on has an audience that is. Am I making sense? Like they're all kind. But if I'm doing a concert, like I might just do that on YouTube or Facebook. because that's a large thing. If I'm doing a parade, I probably wouldn't put the local parade on Twitch because they're not there for that, right? So it's your audience, I guess, is. But then there's something to be said too for Facebook, for example, is a great place. More and more people, even the younger ones, are getting a little more involved in Facebook again because of Instagram being tied to it. Mm-hmm. But you can tweet out and share that you're going live, right? To bring them over. So I don't know. It's kind of a babbled, mixed up answer, but I think you just have to know your audience.
Yeah, it's an area of great opportunity, but the problem is time.
Yeah.
Well,
I think.
And that takes a combination of tools, Stephen, right? You know, like Restream is fantastic. Yeah. Like I don't have to, like, if I don't go live to YouTube anymore, it's okay because my repurpose, it's going to send it to YouTube anyway. And once it's there, then they get a notification. And anyway, so that combined with something like Caster or Restream, whichever one you choose to use, it's multiple tools that makes it all work. But time is definitely,
So if I'm okay, so we'll talk like I'm new because I am, and so at this moment I say, okay, Restream or Caster, and I want to at this moment just go Facebook and YouTube, and I just want to, multi-stream on those. As a newbie that I'm just going to try it out, say the end of this week, which direction would you suggest I go for ease of newbies? I'm just going to throw you under the bus and see what happens.
In all honesty, I would say try them both, but try Caster first.
You chicken.
That's the best political answer I've heard all day.
When are you running for office?
I'm saying this because Caster is Canadian. I'm trying to help Canada. It's a Canadian startup, and this is David versus Goliath, because Restream.io are Goliath, Caster.io are playing the part of David, and trying to build a niche. Now, this week they announced that they're integrating with Discord. So you've got Discord chat built in, and it's just easy to set up. I mean, basically, you give it your Twitter account, you give it your Facebook account, and your YouTube account, log those in, and then you say, right, I want to go live, ABC.
There you go. Go with the alphabet. C is Caster, R is Restream. So go Caster first.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, can I run my Be Live and Caster at the same time? Can I manage it here and have it? No, I have to do it a different way.
Yeah. Sorry, go, Steven.
We're both gentlemen. I think you do it. You want a separate program, and you've got three choices. You can use OBS.
Yeah.
And that's a learning curve. You can use vMix and be up and running inside 30 minutes. You can use Lightstream, and that's pretty darn straightforward. But I'd say that you would actually start off with get a vMix pre-version and go with Caster.io. And
I think I know where Dale's going, Stephen, too. Is Dale, are you thinking you'd like to take the Be Live and broadcast it to multiple platforms? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, of course. I mean,
okay.
Best of all worlds, right?
My opinion, and this is just my opinion, it might be others, don't do that.
Okay.
And the reason I say that is because Be Live was designed for Facebook, and Be Live has a relationship. They're an official, right, Facebook provider, whatever that means, or partner. API partner.
Yeah.
And I believe in their policies, Be Live is not allowed to go live on multiple platforms. They're allowed to go live on Facebook. Now,
I was wondering that. Yeah.
You could probably, Stephen might know that a little better than me, but You could probably go in. I could go into, I have another computer over here and I could screen capture what we're doing and run it through OBS and broadcast it to multiples. Believe me, I've thought about it. For that reason, I wouldn't do it. If that's what you want to do, and I'm not telling you to go somewhere else, there's other options for you to use for a talk show.
Yeah.
You know, the other thing is too is it's going back to your audience, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I get you want to go live everywhere. I get it, because if I go live everywhere, more eyes are going to see me. Not necessarily. Different eyes will see you, perhaps. Like when I go live on Twitter, Periscope, whatever, for the Sting games, I might get 19 views on Periscope. I get a few hundred on my Facebook.
But that's 19 people who wouldn't have seen it unless you'd broadcast there.
Unless they're the same people that are watching me on Facebook anyway, because they already follow me that way. They follow my brand.
Yeah.
So maybe they have a choice to go, well, I can watch it over here on my phone on Twitter. Yeah, I can watch it. So I don't know. Might be a topic of debate for a show. But anyway, my opinion would be don't use Be Live to go on multiple. Use Be Live to go on to Facebook Live. But you can also be integrating it. Hey, folks, I'm also on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram. And instead of just saying, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Twitter. Why do I want to go see you on Instagram? What am I going to see over there that's different than what you're doing right here? What's going to be different on your Twitter, right?
Right.
Is that, Stephen, what are your thoughts on that? Do you agree with me or do you disagree with me?
When Dale asked the question first, he prefaced it by saying that there are different audiences on different platforms. Yeah. And that is true. I think you've got to play to the audience. And we know our Facebook audience. We know them quite well. Twitter audience is a bit more difficult to gauge who they are. And YouTube, well, it's people who like video, but not necessarily our video. You've got to actually, if you're going to go and do and broadcast on a channel, you've got to focus. You've got to go for it. So if you're going to go out on YouTube, then put Facebook on the back burner for a while whilst you build up a following on YouTube. If you're going to do it on Periscope, same sort of thing. You've got to put some time into each of the platforms to get them kickstarted. Yeah. In the long term, it could be worth it, but at the moment, well, it is worth it. If we could replicate ourselves, then we'd be on all three channels and all would be well with the world. But we've got to make choices.
Absolutely. Well, and David, you said it, is that YouTube, I mean, yeah, Facebook is a searchable content as well, but YouTube is a search engine. That's all there is to it. And so it's a storage device. It's a searchable content device. And SEO when it comes to YouTube, because it's Google. I mean, so you're absolutely 110% right. Is what's your intent? What's your goal? What are you trying to get out of it? Where are you going with it? And I've been debating that for a long time is Kickassery a Facebook live show only, or do I need to also put that content, repurpose it over on YouTube so now it's a searchable content? But is that, I don't know these answers. This is going to be a process.
Well, as David said earlier, using repurpose, you can send all the Facebook Lives over to YouTube seamlessly. Set it up, forget it. The benefit of that is if you then go to Google, as you said, Dale, it's a search engine. Mm-hmm. If you go to the search engine, you type in StephenBeLive.tv. Does it show you anything on Facebook? No. It shows you everything that's on YouTube.
Yep.
So and from a searchability point of view, YouTube is a better one.
Absolutely. Gentlemen, with that, I got to bounce. Thank you so much for allowing me to hang out with you guys. I really, really appreciate it.
Hey, we appreciate you stopping by, Dale, and great questions, and glad to have you back in the live streaming world, buddy.
Indeed.
Absolutely.
Totally.
I'm back.
All right.
Take care, Dale.
Nice to see Dale back in the live streaming world. I just that's good conversation. I think that's we could probably do a whole show We could probably do a whole day on. Well, you know, everybody wants the views. I want the views. I want the views.
Okay.
We think on that view
What
button
do you think,
too much.
What do you think to going live in the Belivers group once a week on that topic?
Yes, you know what? You did ask me that before. We should.
Well, I tell you, the invitation this time comes from high above.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, so I better say yes. Are you
No,
threatening?
no.
Are you threatening me?
No. I'm just saying
Yes.
it'd be noted in the places that matter, which would be good.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, let's talk about that. I got a minute or two when we're done here in a minute, but I just want to get to Angel, who says she uses Discord and loves it, actually.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to find my link so I can share it to my Discord.
Yeah.
It's another one that I use it when I'm live streaming on Twitch.
Yeah.
But it's got a lot more functionality to it that sorry, I'm trying to talk and do something at the same time. Where the heck?
Whilst David's sorting that out, I've got a moment to tell you all about next week. October 1 through 5 is 5 Days Live. And that's when David and I and 6 of our good friends get together at 10 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday, to help you when you go live. Now, it's online tuition, and when we did this in August, we had a great reception. We're hoping to achieve that again. We're going to try our best, and we've got 5 new topics to talk about, and you can catch the details in the Belivers group tomorrow or on the live video hub page today, or, well, you'll see it everywhere from now until October 5th. You will not be able to miss 5 Days Live. October.
Is that next week already?
Oh yeah, October 1 through 5 is next week.
I guess I better write that down, eh?
Well, I hope you got the 1st and the 4th in your calendar.
I think I do.
Good.
I'm just giving you a hard time. Yes.
Right.
Oh man, I'm having a hard time trying to. Oh, there it is. I actually had to go to my Twitch channel to find my Discord.
Yeah.
Because I want to post it for our friend Angel and whoever else. There's my Discord channel. If you want to join me, you're welcome to join me. We could probably do a show on Discord, actually.
Okay.
There's a lot there, you know, between voice and chat and video. There's video in there and multiple. Yeah, we could do several shows on Discord. So
right. Well, I'll do my research this week, so
right.
I can ask the questions, and then we can take it from there.
There you go. We got something.
Discord next week. Join us, Angel, and join us on camera if you can. Angel's got a busy week next week.
We'll cancel the birthday or the move. Which one?
or catch the replay, Angel.
Or catch
if you can join us if you can on the other days. But we're back next Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern, aren't we?
Yes, absolutely. We'll be here. And Fonz just showed up. Hey, Fonz. See, we were talking about him, and then he must have heard us.
Indeed, because I don't know whether Fonz actually knows. Fonz, you do know. Well, tell him, because he doesn't know.
What, that he's been nominated?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The BeLive TV People's Choice Awards 2018, which are taking place now, and you, sir, have been nominated as best. I've got to get it. Best male host. I just wanted to get that one right.
Yeah. So congratulations, Fonz. Know what? He's like, it's a delay going on there. You've been nominated for best male host for the BeLive.tv awards. The BeLive birth to celebrate with the BeLive birthday, right? So
see, I told you didn't know. It's BeLive TV's second birthday on October 15th, and you have been nominated as one of the male hosts.
You've been nominated. You haven't won yet.
No, I'm voting for Fonz.
Yeah, I think. Well, I'll think about it.
Okay, that's fine. That's okay. You've got until October 5th to decide.
I do.
Yeah.
And Stephen will remind me for sure.
We'll put the voting link out. Well, certainly we'll put the voting link out every day next week. So, yeah, and wish you
congratulations, Fonz.
Every success, Fonz. And shout out to Karen Glasser, Ladies Go Live, and there's somebody I forgot earlier who we shouldn't forget. And the other one is Karen, Fonz, Ladies Go Live, and Wigan Rugby Football.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
and there's still, like you said earlier, there's a ton of them that I've never even heard of. So I got to set aside a day to go on Facebook and find all these people and say hello.
Oh yeah,
you never know who you're going to meet.
Catch the shows. There's about 25, 30 new shows in there that we've not heard of before.
That's fantastic. Wow. Notifications going on off over here telling me it's 1 o'clock. It's 1:01. Look at that.
Yeah, I know.
You talk a lot.
We've overrun. What's going on?
Well, thanks to Carinder for coming on and joining us talking about the IBC, or the International Broadcasting Conference, that he went to in Amsterdam. That was really cool. And our friend Dale, nice to see him back. Yeah. Stephen, you get the wrap up, buddy.
My turn. Right, okay. To everybody who's watched this, though, we'd like to say thank you to everybody who's commented as well. We'll be back at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK, when we'll be talking about Discord. We've actually got an agenda for next week, so watch out. We're organised.
All right, if you enjoyed the show, make sure you give us a 10 in the comments below. If you didn't like it, do nothing. And if you're watching the replay, type replay, and we'll be back next week. I'll be live later today on the show page with my 3 local guests. That's at 3:30 Eastern today. Thanks, everybody. Take care. Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye.